This portion of New Day Northwest is sponsored by Kaiser Permanente.
So just a reminder, the flu season is almost upon us, and now is the time to start thinking about prevention. So here with useful tips from Kaiser Permanente, welcome Dr. Khushboo Mehta. It's so good to have you here. And I'm actually going to get my shot in just a second. But let's talk first of all about when flu season is. It's from basically when to when?
You know, flu is pretty much all around the year. But we do know that it peaks around October, November, and typically February is supposedly the worst month historically.
Right.
But we think that flu is year-round.
And we worry about the flu for a lot of reasons, but one of the main reasons is that it can be fatal. We lost 276 lives in Washington last year. That's a record. Why?
Well, it's kind of hard to say, but flu strains for the virus change pretty much every year. And CDC and the national organizations try their best to figure out what strain they're going to put in the immunization or the vaccine for the year to try to prevent deaths and complications. So part of the reason is that a lot of people don't get the flu shots. And if they did get their flu shots, we would not have as much flu-related deaths, if not flu-related complications. Right. So I think that's one of the biggest reasons. And there's always the factor of how effective the vaccine is. But for the most part, getting a flu vaccine saves a lot of lives.
All right. Kaiser Permanente is going to team up with Sue Bird, who's my favorite athlete, and the Seattle Storm to offer free vaccinations on September 28th in Seattle. What's happening?
Well, we're going to be there. We're going to be promoting the flu vaccine.
Where will you be?
In front of the Whole Foods, I believe. And it'll be fun. People are going to come over. We're going to give them flu shots as long as they're there. And we're going to make sure a lot of people are safe from flu.
We'll put all the details up and the time that Sue will be there. She will not be giving you your vaccine, but she will be there. Okay, so the flu vaccine's pretty easy to get. It's covered by insurance, right?
Right.
Okay, so, and it's super easy to live right through. So we're going to prove that by giving me my shot.
All right, are you ready?
Yes, I love the fact that we do this every year right here. This will be fine.
Okay, go ahead and relax your arm for me. This is just cleaning you up here, right here.
No.
Are you scared?
No.
Are you telling me you're scared? All right, let me just put my gloves on.
I do like a sparkly Band-Aid if you've got one, but I'll live if you don't.
I'll have to mail you one.
Okay,
because I do have some by myself. All right, so let's do this here. 1 second, I'm going to just give you a little Band-Aid, okay?
All righty.
Not going to cry on me, are you?
No.
You better not.
I'm going to be very brave. I'm just not going to watch you.
1, 2, 3, and a poke. Good job. So proud of you.
Thank you.
You did fantastic.
Excellent. See, I like the praise. That's good. That's a good part. See, that's super easy. So let's get our shots. So this is the best way to prevent the flu.
Yes,
get your vaccination.
Absolutely.
Got that done. But you have some other flu defense tips that we can talk about. Stay home if you're feeling ill. We are so bad about that in this building. People just come, well, we need people to come to work, and people do, but we need to stay home.
Right, and so we all feel the pressure of coming to work and being there, but you know, what that does is it basically is counterproductive. So when you're sick, stay home, take care of yourself, and make sure that you are not in contact with people who are at higher risk for getting flu, like young children, older people, pregnant women, or people who are generally more prone to getting sick much more easily.
Right.
That's the best way. And getting the flu vaccine tops it all because it's sort of the community immunity thing. You know, you get the flu vaccine, you don't get the flu as bad, or you don't get the flu at all. And there you go. Then you basically don't spread it around as much.
Right, and that's just a thoughtful thing to do for other people. You say wash your hands frequently or use hand sanitizer, and that helps not just get germs on your keyboard or whatever else that other people pick up.
Absolutely, and if you're going to sneeze or if you're going to cough, cough in a little bit of a closed space like your arm, you know,
like so?
Elbows, not openly out there.
Please don't cough just straight out. Cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze using a tissue or a sleeve, not your hands. And then avoid, and this is tough, I think all of us do this, touch our hands, nose, mouth, you know, we're just sort of putting lip gloss on or messing around, but try not to do that. Why?
Absolutely. Well, because the flu virus is transmitted through droplets. And if it is on those objects that you use in daily living, you will transmit that to other people. And the flu virus can actually start transmitting about a day before you actually even get sick. So a lot of people don't have any idea. So that they're already getting sick, and it keeps shedding a few days into the illness. So it's really important to not share at least your personal items with other people or be in very close contact when you're sick.
Your fifth tip, and I think you just snuck this in there, healthy foods, plenty of rest, and physical activity. You doctors are always on us about these things, but it does help, right? You have better resistance, better immunity.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Rest is the biggest thing. And when I tell that to people, they don't always, think of that as the most important thing. But rest is your best defense against viral illnesses and any illness in general.
Really?
It's the hardest to get.
Well, that gives us permission to sleep a little more.
Yes.
Avoid close contact with sick people, obviously, if you can, and contact a doctor if you're not getting better. So tell me about that. What is the lifespan of the normal flu, and when do you know that it's gone beyond that and you should go to the doctor?
Well, that's a really good question. So typically flu would start for somebody with usually a low grade to a high grade fever, and then it starts just like any other cold, a little bit of a cough, a little bit of sniffles, and it can quickly ramp up into a high-grade fever with shakes and chills and high fevers. So then you kind of know that you've got the flu, or the flu-like illness, we call it. And when you have that, the key is to make sure you give yourself supportive treatment. Rest, sleep, drink a lot of fluids, take medications for pain or fever if you have it. We expect flu symptoms to last maybe about a week or two, but it can last up to as long as 2 weeks. Yeah.
But if you hit a couple of weeks, should you maybe seek some treatment?
Definitely. You definitely should go seek care. And if you ever are in doubt, if you don't feel well in general, because flu can also cause dehydration. You don't feel like eating. You start sometimes throwing up. And if you're getting short of breath or you have chest pains, you could be developing a pneumonia. So follow your gut. But for the most part, flu illness we can ride it out as long as we're normal, healthy, adults with not a lot of medical conditions.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much.
You're
and thank you for my shot. That was easy and saved me so much time. Remember, Kaiser Permanente is teaming up with Sue Bird and the Seattle Storm to offer free flu vaccinations. This is happening at Whole Foods in South Lake Union on Thursday, September 28th from noon to 1 p.m. We'll have additional details on our website and there on the website on your screen. You can also go to king5.com/newday for anything on this program. Up next, how buying this beautiful new home will provide life-saving treatments for children in our area. Back after this.